Welcome, friend, wherever you are in the world. Whatever you're going through, this moment right here is just for you. Take a deep breath. Now exhale slowly. Let go of the pressure. Let go of the fear. Let go of everything that says you're not enough. Because today, we awaken the giant within. Inside you, there is a fire. It may be faint, it may be buried, but it is still burning. And today, we're going to reignite it. You were not made to live in fear. You were not made to just exist, pay bills, and die. You were made to rise, to overcome, to become all that you were meant to be. But that journey doesn't start in the world around you. It starts within. You are powerful. But the world tries to make you forget. It shouts at you, you're not good enough. You're too late. You're too weak. Too broken. But hear this. That voice is a lie. And you were never meant to listen to it. You were born for greatness. Not comfort. Not comparison. But purpose. And your purpose starts with believing in your identity. You are not your past. You are not your pain. You are not what they said about you. You are who you decide to become, starting today. Have you ever heard of the Chinese bamboo tree? When you plant its seed, you water it, and nothing happens. Not for a week, not for a month, not even for a year. You water it daily, faithfully, for 5 years, and still see nothing. But in the 5th year, something incredible happens. In just 6 weeks, it grows over 80 feet tall. Why? Because while nothing seemed to happen above the ground, deep roots were forming below. Maybe you've been growing roots, invisible to the world, but powerful. And now, it's your season to rise. So, the question is, will you keep watering your dream? Will you keep showing up even when no one sees you? Even when no one claps for you? The bamboo tree didn't quit, it waited, and then it rose. Your moment is coming. But preparation comes before promotion, and faith comes before fulfillment. You're not behind, you're just becoming. Don't despise the struggle. It's not stopping you, it's shaping you. The gym doesn't make muscles easy, it makes them possible. Likewise, life's resistance is what makes your strength real. Every no you've heard, every door that closed, every failure you've faced, it was all fertilizer for your future. Pain is not the end. It's the passage. Your greatest pressure will become your greatest power. Let that sink in. You're not broken. You're breaking through. You're not forgotten. You're being formed. You're not late. You're right on time for your destiny. From this moment on, make a decision. I will speak to myself with kindness. I will wake up with purpose. I will stop apologizing for dreaming big. I will stop shrinking to make others comfortable. I will rise. Say this with me. I was born to do great things. I have what it takes. I refuse to give up. I am not my past. I am becoming stronger every day. When Thomas Edison was asked about his thousands of failed experiments, he said, I have not failed. I've just found 10,000 ways that won't work. Every setback is a setup. Every detour still leads to your destination. So don't quit in the middle. Victory is on the other side of consistency. Awaken, giant. You are not here to merely survive. You are here to thrive. This is your time. This is your season. This is your reminder that you are powerful. So rise. Rise in faith. Rise in purpose. Rise in confidence. Rise in love. Rise in courage. Because the world is waiting for what only you can give. Welcome back. Take another deep breath. Feel that? That's life flowing through you. That's purpose calling you forward. We've awakened the giant within. Now, it's time to feed that giant. With discipline, with direction, and with daily decisions that move you forward. because motivation gets you started, but discipline keeps you going. It's not the big moments that define your life. It's the tiny daily choices you make when no one's watching. The alarm rings. Do you get up or snooze your potential? You feel tired. Do you scroll or study? You feel fear. Do you freeze or move anyway? Winners aren't made in arenas. They're made in the dark, in lonely mornings, in late nights, in quiet decisions. And you, my friend, you have that power. You just need to use it, one day at a time. There's a rule called the 1% rule. Improve just 1% a day, and by the end of the year, you're not 365% better. You're 37 times better. That's exponential growth. So stop waiting for motivation. Stop waiting for perfect timing. Start with what you have, where you are, right now. Let me challenge you with something simple. Start a morning routine. Nothing fancy, just intentional. Wake up and speak life. Today, I choose progress. Today, I choose discipline. Today, I grow. Then, write down 3 goals. Drink water, stretch, pray, meditate. Read something that feeds your mind. These small habits will shape your entire future. Discipline is not just doing the hard work. It's choosing your response. It's mastering your emotions. It's learning to say no to short-term comfort for long-term greatness. Self-mastery is rare. That's why leaders are rare. But every day you practice self-discipline, you're stepping closer to leadership, to clarity, to impact. There's a story of a stonecutter. He hits the rock again and again, 100 times, and nothing happens. But on the 101st strike, the rock splits. Was it the final strike that did it? Or was it the 100 that came before? That's discipline. It's showing up even when you don't see instant results. Because success is always working, even when you can't see it yet. Here's a simple tool. Plan tomorrow before you sleep tonight. Just 5 minutes of planning can save you hours of wasted effort. Ask yourself, 1. What's the one thing that moves me forward tomorrow? 2. What can I do before noon that my future self will thank me for? 3. Who do I need to become to stay consistent? Write it down. Keep it visible. Own your day, or the day will own you. As Jocko Willink said, discipline equals freedom. Want more time? Be disciplined. Want more confidence? Be disciplined. Want to change your life? Be disciplined. Because nothing beats the compound power of small, consistent effort. And yes, there will be hard days. Days you feel tired. Days you feel uninspired. Days you want to give up. But that's when you build the most strength. That's when the discipline muscle grows. Don't chase the feeling. Chase the future you're building. Denzel Washington once said, "Without commitment, you'll never start. But more importantly, without consistency, you'll never finish." He showed up every day, even when the role was small. He gave it excellence every time. Now he's one of the greatest actors of our generation. Greatness doesn't come from talent alone. It comes from daily application of that talent. So remember this, you don't have to be extreme. You just have to be consistent. Because your future is hidden in your daily routine. You're not far off. You're just a few consistent days away from momentum. And momentum changes everything. Say this with me. I do not wait for motivation. I create momentum through action. I show up, even when it's hard. I am building a life of purpose, one day at a time. You've got what it takes. Don't let the world rush you. Don't let your emotions stop you. You're not here to be average. You're here to be exceptional, and exceptional people. Do small things with exceptional discipline. This is your reminder. The future you want is being built by the choices you make today. Stay focused, stay hungry, stay faithful. You're not alone. You're not finished. And you're definitely not too late. Because every day you show up, you grow into the leader you were born to be. 3. Faith over fear. Pause for a moment. Close your eyes if you can. Now take a deep breath. Feel that? That's peace. That's presence. That's power returning to you. In a world full of noise, fear, and pressure, you need something greater, something stronger, something deeper. You need faith. Faith is not just belief. Faith is action when you're not certain. Faith is walking even when the road is foggy. Faith is saying, I don't see it yet, but I still believe it's coming. Fear screams, what if it goes wrong? Faith whispers, but what if it works? Fear says, stay where it's safe. Faith says, you were made for more. Remember Peter in the Bible? He stepped out of the boat in the middle of a storm just to get closer to Jesus. He walked on water, not because he was perfect, but because he had faith to step. Yes, he sank for a moment, but Jesus caught him every time. The step of faith is where miracles begin, not in the safety of the boat, but on the water of obedience. You don't have to feel brave to be brave. You just have to move. Take one step, apply, call, speak, create, launch, dare. Even if you tremble, step anyway. Because courage isn't the absence of fear. It's moving forward in spite of it. The unknown is scary. We all want certainty. We want proof before we commit. We want answers before the journey. But faith doesn't work that way. Faith says, go, even if you don't know everything yet. Believe, even if the evidence hasn't shown up. Trust, even when it's hard to see. Because the best things in life, love, purpose, destiny, they all require faith. An old Cherokee told his grandson, inside you, there are two wolves. One is fear, one is faith. They are always fighting. The grandson asked, which one wins? The elder replied, the one you feed. Every time you speak fear, you feed it. Every time you speak faith, you starve fear and grow your strength. What are you feeding today? Let's speak some truth together. I am not afraid of failure. I will not let fear control me. I walk by faith, not by sight. Even when it's hard, I choose to believe. My breakthrough is on the other side of fear. Speak it again. Feel it rise in your spirit. This is not just motivation. This is transformation. Sometimes, the hardest part of faith is waiting. Waiting when nothing's changing. Waiting when your prayers seem unanswered. Waiting when everyone else seems to be winning. But faith is strongest in the waiting. A seed doesn't grow the day you plant it. It grows after it's been hidden, watered, and tested by time. Your breakthrough is not gone. It's growing beneath the surface. Don't quit before it breaks through. Abraham waited years for the promise. He didn't have a roadmap. He didn't have all the answers. But he had one thing: faith. And that faith became the foundation of nations. You don't need to see the whole picture. You just need to trust the one holding the brush. Try this. Take a journal. Write down every fear you feel, big or small. Then beside each one, write this: even if this happens, I will still rise. Even if I fail, I will grow. Even if it's scary, I will step forward. You take back your power by facing your fears, not fleeing them. The Wright brothers had no pilot license, no manual, no guarantees. But they believed flight was possible. When no one else did, their faith defied logic. And now, the whole world flies. What if your faith sparks the next revolution? What if your yes unlocks generations? When you choose faith, you break the chains of fear. You silence the lies of limitation. You take back your story. Because faith frees you to become all you were meant to be. Say this with boldness. I am not a prisoner of fear. I walk boldly into my future. I trust in the unseen. I live by faith, not by doubt. I was created for more, and I believe it. You're not stuck. You're stepping up. You're not defeated. You're developing. You're not forgotten. You are being forged in the fire of faith. You are stronger than you think. You are braver than you feel. And you are more powerful than you know. This isn't the end. This is the beginning of your faith story. Keep stepping. Keep trusting. Keep rising. Because the life you want is waiting on the other side of your next step of faith. Let's pause again. Breathe in and exhale slowly. Let the noise fade. Let the pressure lift. Let the questions settle. Because right now, we're going to talk about something that changes everything. Purpose. Your reason for being. Your why. Your calling. And it starts with this simple truth. You matter. You were not born by chance. You are not here by mistake. You are not a random collection of skin, bones, and breath. You are a masterpiece, made with intention, crafted for impact, chosen for such a time as this. The world may not always recognize your value, but your purpose was never dependent on applause. It was embedded in your soul before you were born. When Michelangelo was asked how he carved the statue of David, he said, "I saw the angel in the marble and carved until I set him free." That's purpose. It's already inside you. You don't have to create it. You have to uncover it. Your job is to chisel away the fear, the doubt, the lies, until your true self emerges. Maybe you've asked, why did I have to go through so much? Why the heartbreak, the rejection, the loss? Because sometimes your greatest pain unlocks your greatest purpose. The wounds you carry may become the words that heal others. The mountain you're climbing might be someone else's survival map. Purpose isn't found in perfection. It's found in the process. Let's get practical. Here are 3 clues that often lead you to your purpose. 1. Passion. What makes your heart come alive? 2. Pain. What have you overcome that others still struggle with? 3. People. Who are you drawn to help, serve, or uplift? When those 3 intersect, you're standing on sacred ground. That's your calling zone. Esther didn't seek attention. She didn't look for fame, but she was positioned by God for a purpose: to save her people. And when fear tried to silence her, Mordecai reminded her, "Perhaps you were born for such a time as this." That same whisper echoes to you now. You were born for such a time as this. Stop waiting for the perfect moment. Stop comparing your path to someone else's. Start with what you have. Start where you are. Start with what breaks your heart or fires you up. Because purpose doesn't need permission. It needs movement. Maybe you think it's too late. Maybe you think you've missed your chance. But hear this. As long as you're breathing, your purpose is still alive. Moses started at 80. Colonel Sanders started at 65. It's never too late to begin again. You haven't missed it. You're just getting started. Your life is like a puzzle piece. It may not make sense on its own, but it was designed to fit into a bigger picture. You matter because your piece matters. Without you, the picture is incomplete. Your smile, your voice, your words, your story, they carry weight. They bring light. They change lives. Say this with confidence. I was created with purpose. My life matters. I am not too late. I am not behind. My story will help others find strength. I choose to live on purpose. for purpose. Feel that? That's truth settling into your spirit. Every time you act with purpose, you create a ripple, a kind word, a bold step, a selfless act. It may seem small to you, but to someone else, it's life-changing. That's the power of walking in your purpose. You don't need to change the world in a day. You need to change someone's world today. In a world chasing followers, choose impact over image. Choose legacy over likes. Choose significance over success. Because what you leave behind won't be the number in your bank account. It will be the lives you touched, the love you gave, the light you shared. On every tombstone, there are two dates: the day you were born and the day you leave this earth. But what truly matters is the little dash in between. That dash is your story, your choices, your love, your legacy. Live your dash with purpose. You are here for a reason. You are equipped with gifts. You are positioned for impact. So don't just exist. Don't just survive. Live with purpose. The world needs your voice. The world needs your story. The world needs you. Now go, live your calling. Take a breath. Right here. Right now. You're still standing. Life may have hit you. Maybe you've been knocked down by failure, betrayal, loss, disappointment. But here's the truth. You are still here. And that means you're not finished yet. Resilience isn't about never falling. It's about rising again and again. Resilience is the courage to look pain in the eye and say, "You will not break me." It's getting up when you feel empty. It's trying again when you failed before. It's believing in a future even when your past hurt you. Let me tell you about the Chinese bamboo tree. When you plant it, nothing happens for the first year. Not in the second year. Not even in the third or the fourth. Then in the fifth year, it grows up to 90 feet in just 6 weeks. But was it doing nothing all that time? It was growing roots. It was building the foundation. Sometimes your growth is underground, invisible but powerful. Don't quit in year 4. Your breakthrough may be just around the corner. Everyone gets knocked down. But the question is, will you bounce back? Think of a basketball. The harder it hits the ground, the higher it bounces. You too were built to bounce, to rise, to recover. Because there is no comeback without a setback. There is no victory without the valley. Job lost everything: his wealth, his health, his family, but he never lost his faith. And in the end, he was restored. Double. Job didn't curse God. He worshipped through the pain. And that's your weapon too. Worship in the storm, faith in the fire, hope in the ashes. Say this out loud with strength. I've been through hard things, but I am still standing. My story is not over. I am built for comebacks. The fire didn't destroy me, it refined me. I rise every time. You're not fragile, you're fierce. Failure is not the opposite of success. It's part of it. Every champion has scars. Every hero has a history. Every strong person has a struggle. So don't be ashamed of your fall. Be proud of your fight. Because rebuilding requires more strength than starting. And you've got that strength. Thomas Edison tried over 1,000 times before inventing the light bulb. When asked how it felt to fail so much, he replied, "I didn't fail 1,000 times. The light bulb was an invention with 1,000 steps." What if your setback is just another step toward your brilliance? Here's a quick plan to reset when life knocks you down. 1. Rest. Not quitting, but recovering. 2. Reflect. What can I learn from this pain? 3. Rebuild. What small step can I take today? 4. Reach out. Don't suffer in silence. Find your tribe. 5. Rise again. Every day, show up, even if you feel weak. Progress, not perfection. You're not the only one hurting. You're not the only one fighting silent battles. You're not the only one tired of pretending everything's okay. But you are not alone. And you don't have to rise alone. God sees you. People need you. And your comeback may inspire someone else's survival. Isaiah 61:3 says that God gives us beauty for ashes, the oil of joy for mourning, the garment of praise for the spirit of heaviness. Your broken pieces are the starting place for something beautiful. Nothing you've been through will be wasted. Not one tear, not one heartbreak, not one sleepless night. Inside of you is a lion, not a whispering voice of weakness, but a roar of resilience. It says, "I refuse to stay down. I may be wounded, but I'm not defeated. I will rise again and again and again." You are not broken. You are becoming. You are not weak. You are awakening. Here's a challenge. Write a letter from your future self to your present self. It starts like this. "Dear me, I know things are tough right now, but I promise you, you didn't give up. You bounced back. You found your fire again, and what came next was better than you imagined. Keep that letter. Read it when life gets heavy. You are more than your mistakes. You are more than your losses. You are more than what hurt you. You are a resilient warrior. You were knocked down, but you got up. And that makes you unstoppable. This is not the end of your story. This is the turning point. So rise, rebuild, and remember, the bounce back is always more powerful than the breakdown." Here we are. The final stretch. You've made it through hours of reflection, power, truth, and transformation. But this is not the end. It's the beginning of a new chapter, a stronger chapter, a purpose-driven chapter. You were born for something great. And today, we talk about how to finish strong. Anyone can start, but few finish. Few endure. Few press on when it's no longer exciting or easy. But finishing strong, that's what separates dreamers from doers. That's what turns purpose into legacy. You have what it takes, not just to start, but to finish. To finish with fire, to finish with faith, to finish with impact. There's a story of a marathon runner from Tanzania, John Stephen Akwari. He fell during the race, dislocated his knee, bloodied his body. Hours after the winner had crossed the line, he limped across the finish line. When asked why he didn't quit, he said, "My country didn't send me 5,000 miles to start the race. They sent me 5,000 miles to finish it." Let that sink in. You weren't born to just exist. You were born to finish what you started. In 2 Timothy 4:7, the Apostle Paul says, "I have fought the good fight. I have finished the race. I have kept the faith." That's the goal. Not to live perfectly, but to live faithfully. To fight for what matters. To finish your race, not someone else's. Finish with purpose, not pressure. You don't need to finish like anyone else. You just need to finish your assignment. Comparison is a thief. Perfection is a lie. Pressure is a distraction. Let go of what people expect from you and chase after what God created you for. What will you be remembered for? At the end of your life, What will they say about you? Not how much money you made, not how many followers you had, but how much love you gave, how many lives you touched, how deeply you lived. That's what finishing strong looks like. Say this with power: I will finish what I started. I am committed to my calling. I will not be distracted. I will rise above delay, doubt, and defeat. I will finish strong. You are declaring your future with every word you speak. You don't need to go viral. You need to go deep. You need to go long. You need to go faithfully. Hype fades. Fame passes. But consistency builds legacy. Show up again, even when it's hard, even when no one sees you. That's where winners are built. A man spent 50 years laying bricks, every day, rain or shine. When he died, they built a hospital in his name. Why? Because his bricks became the foundation for something bigger. That's your life. Every day you show up with integrity. Every choice you make with love. It's a brick in your legacy. You may feel unseen right now, but heaven sees you. Your angels see you. God sees every tear, every effort, every prayer. You are not alone. And there's a crowd of witnesses, as Hebrews 12 says, cheering you on to the finish line. You're not just running for today, you're running for eternity. Here's a life-changing exercise. Write your legacy statement. Finish this sentence. When I leave this earth, I want to be remembered as someone who... Let it guide your decisions. Let it fuel your purpose. Let it focus your energy. Because when you know how you want to be remembered, you start living with deeper intention. Every word you speak, every life you touch, every moment you give, creates a ripple. You may never see the full impact, but trust this: your life is making waves. The people you encourage today will encourage someone tomorrow. That's how legacy is born. Let's say this together, boldly. I was born with purpose. I've been tested, but I'm still standing. I'm not perfect, but I'm progressing. I will not give up. I will not quit. I will finish strong. Again, I will finish strong. I will finish strong. Let it echo in your soul. This is your time. This is your season. This is your comeback, your purpose, your calling. You were created to rise, to lead, to heal, to inspire, to finish strong. No matter where you started, no matter what you faced, the ending is still in your hands. So lift your head, stand tall, and run your race. Not for applause, not for fame, but for legacy. Because the world needs what you carry. And this is just the beginning. Thank you for spending these hours with me. If this message inspired you, share it. Let someone else know. They're not alone. They are loved. They were born for more. Keep going. Keep believing. And never forget, you are chosen. You are called. And you will finish strong. Don't forget to share, like, and subscribe for more uplifting contents.